Film Tricks and Politics, take one. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Film Tricks and Politics. I'm so glad you guys made it here. This is the new show, the new platform where we're going to be talking about entertainment, film, and politics, which is the politics within film and entertainment, the things that goes on behind the scenes. This show is going to be a little bit different because we're going to probably sometimes be on set, behind the scenes, able to talk to actors, directors, even the craft services people and background actors. So, and also, again, this show, we're going to be learning on this show. We're going to grow together on this show. And the way that we grow together is by using the likes, subscribing, and also following and putting a comment down in the comments. This is not just for filmmakers. This is for anyone in entrepreneurial industries as well and corporate environments, because we want to be able to, when I say we, I'm going to have a lot of different panel people on here with me, interviewing, talking, and just having a conversation. And so as I grow with this, I'm getting used to with the podcast world. And so this show right here is going to be called Film Tricks and Politics. We're basically going to be, like I said, covering entertainment news, hot topics of that sort. Also things that's going on in film, what it takes to make a film, behind the scenes on films, what films are coming out, what I thought and felt about some movies as well. From Tubi to Facebook to Netflix, Amazon Prime, even the movies that come out into the theaters. So we're going to be covering a lot of those kind of things, and then of course the politics side. We may cover a few national politics, but we're really wanting to talk about the politics of being in the entertainment business, working and collaborating with others in the arts and those things, and the things that goes behind the scenes, the things that, you know, some would say, hey, give me the tea, baby. Let me see what's going on. Why did so-and-so not get paid? Why did so-and-so get the bad deal? We want to try to find out and dig into those topics as well. So today, without further ado, I just wanted to give a shout out. My name is Kane King. I've been in the entertainment professions for the greater part of 25 years, from being an artist myself to getting behind the camera and being a videographer for NASCAR series, Pirelli World Challenge for the greater part of 7 years. Got blessed to be able to follow a beautiful family and a Texas team, a beautiful Texas family and a Texas team. I got to be the media coordinates for that. Learned a lot about marketing behind the scenes, being able to be privy to a lot of the press credential meetings with NASCAR. And I really appreciate that experience that I had. And I want to share that with you guys. And also I have, went to film school, and I was also a creator before film school, which led me to film school. When I did music, I was a lead singer of a band called Peekaboo Theory. We did South by Southwest a few times and headlined some shows there. We're on 6th Street at the Parish. And those were really great times. And, Fox 26 News took us under their wing with Ruben Dominguez when we first started out. That really helped launch us to be able to make it to Brooklyn Academy of Music and play the Afro Punk festival. I'm not sure if it was I know it's not the first ones, but we definitely were in the beginning stages of Afro Punk with Matthew Spooner. Forgive me if I forget the names, but Quincy Jones actually helped a few bands out of Texas to make it to Brooklyn Academy of Music in Brooklyn, New York, to perform on the stage and open up for Janelle Monáe when she first started out. And that was one of the bands was me. I was in that band, Peekaboo Theory. So look that up, check it out. That was a whole lifetime ago. But again, I put me through film school because I had to make my own music videos, and I started to understand like how much that was going to cost to do the music video. And then I also was so intrigued by the creativity, the storytelling side of it. So that led me to say, I want to go to film school to learn exactly what it is that's already in me and see what I could do. And so upon that journey, which we'll have a whole episode on this. I don't want to go too far deep, but upon that journey though, it helped me understand the value of commerce, the value of creativity, the value of collaboration within the arts. And so without getting too far deep in the weeds with that, I just wanted to give a little bit of introduction that I've been in this music industry, as well, and the entertainment industry for quite some time, and got a chance to meet so many great talented people and so many great business-minded, wise people that gave me advice along the way. And I've bumped my head so many times and failed and came back, succeeded and came back with another plan and idea, that I feel like it's only right for me to share these moments with those out there that may be seeking to find out like, hey, can I make a movie? Can I take this camera phone and make something happen? Can I take the camera that was handed down to me, or I found, or I bought a big expensive camera? Can I do something with that? So without further ado, go check out my website. I'll put the link somewhere down below as we're talking, and definitely in the descriptions, where you could check out my website personal page, and you can read up my bio, see everything I've done, check out some of my sites so you can see some of the work that I have worked on and been a part of. One of my greatest, I guess, biggest projects that I feel, as far as the trajectory and journey that I wanted to go on to be a filmmaker, well, it happened in 2019 with me being able to work on the Travis Scott Sicko Mode video shoot. I was hired to be a locations manager due to the fact that I was already working in Greater Fifth Ward, which is just north of downtown. It's really downtown, but it's just north like a minute or so. For those that don't know where Fifth Ward is, historic Fifth Ward. Worked there with Urban Enrichment Institute, helping brown and black boys between the ages of 10 and 18 to create film, photography, movies, and we also got some stuff nominated in the some festivals around here, movie festivals. But without getting on a tangent, I said that because I already had experience in the areas that they were looking for the Travis Scott Sicko Mode video. We spent a greater part of 3 weeks really scouring, finding the location. So each location that you could see in that video had my influence on it to go out and locate it and find it. And then as I was on the video shoot, I got a chance to help out some of the still photography effects that they were doing in front of the Screwed and Chopped store. And that was really awesome because I was there at most of it, and I got a chance to see how Travis Scott works. Dude is a machine, really inspiring to watch him work. It's just awesome. If you ever get that chance to see an artist work, it's really cool, especially when they really take in their craft. So, but that was like one of the biggest projects I got to work on as far as a celebrity type of thing. But really, there are no small roles in comes to film. I don't want you to think that you need to always try to run to Hollywood or Hollywood type of setting in order to feel like you are doing film. Anytime that you could put a story together, and anytime that you could put your visual mindset to that story, and you can use your visual art to tell the story and keep someone engaged in it, you're winning. You're a filmmaker. And so without further ado, let's keep going. Let's get on to the next situation here.
maybe it's about 2 years ago now, he went on his Instagram live and whatever platform he could. He talked about bigwig billionaires, black men that allegedly had violated him, and he never gave us a name, but he left little breadcrumbs for you to kind
It's
of.
like Christian Keys is facing some backlash and a nasty legal letter from one of the stars of his show, All the Queen's Men. You may recall it was just a couple of weeks ago that Christian Keys went on his social media and had a lot to say, including some things about Tyler Perry trying to take away his creator credit.
I will say in transparency, it is disappointing to continuously find out that your show is coming back on the internet instead of finding out from the network. And I've mentioned that in previous seasons and it's still happening. Or to see the trailer online and have to go search for the trailer so I can try to download the trailer for the hit show that I created for this studio and this network instead of getting it sent when everybody else is getting theirs. It does feel dismissive and disrespectful when it continues to happen and you've addressed it and it still happens. So at this point, I do not believe that the prequel series that I've written and the spinoff show.
So you guys got a chance to check out that video, right? Yeah. The show is not really about the video. It's not really about going at who's doing bad, what's this, that. I just wanted to use that video as a reference so that way we can understand the topic that we're about to go into, which is called credits. See, Christian Keys and Tyler Perry seem to have gotten themselves back into the news again. 2 years ago, Christian Keys had brought up certain allegations against a certain bigwig player that people allegedly assumed he could have been talking about Tyler Perry. We still don't know to this day. We just have Christian Keys' words of him saying about this certain person, if he said the name or if you heard the voice, you would definitely understand who it was and you'd probably be heartbroken. And he was worth a lot of money. So we just automatically assume, allegedly, I'm saying allegedly, that it was Tyler Perry. So now there seems to be a new case going on where Christian Keys is claiming that Tyler Perry is not giving him the credit for being the showrunner, creator of Queens of Men. And if I got that name wrong, I will correct it in the comments and just let me know. But again, Christian Keys, I believe he's an actor in it. I believe it is his. He's taking it on to another platform or wherever he's going to distribute it independently. I believe he's already gave the axe to a few actors, but again, check out the videos. I'll put the links there because I really want to always give credit. I always want to give credit to those creators who made those videos that we could watch to learn about these folks in the entertainment situation. So without further ado, I want to segue over to the actual topic. Let's talk about credits. What are credits? What are credits? Why do we want credit? Why is Christian Keys worried about getting credit? He's already there. He's on the screen. He says he made it. So, okay, cool. He made it. Why do we need to know? Well, that's where credits come in. See, credits are very important in the film world, in the media world, because they say there's a saying, you're only good as the last thing that you've done. So if you're only good as the last thing you've done, how does anyone know that you did anything? Yeah, how does anyone know? So what we do is we give credits for the positions that we are in. A lot of you folks who are not in film are probably like,
you unlock this door with the key of imagination.
But listen, with your job, whatever you do, it's a teamwork. It's going to be teamwork if it's something successful. So we have teams, we have different title and department heads of these teams. For example, I'm not going to go into all of them because like I said, I will put a link below with all the video references that I use in order to help those who are not in this industry and those who are in this industry that just don't know. I want to be able to show you what I'm talking about. So there's different department heads as far as you got producers, you got director, you got the director of photography, you got the camera operator, you got the gaffer, you got the electrical guy, you got the electrical girl, whatever it may be, and you got a key grip. All of those different departments. You got line producers, you got studio producers, you got all kind of different associate producers. These are just title heads of people that are in the chain of command and on the project to get this entire film done, everything about it. So those credits are important, because if you want to get hired to be a producer or a director of photography onto another film, they're going to ask, well, what work have you done before? Boom. You're going to go, oh, yeah, I did Clash of the Titans. Okay, let's go watch Clash of the Titans. They're not going to watch the movie. They've already probably seen it. They're going to scroll and looking for your credits and your name to add you up. They don't see it there. They can't believe you. Now your credibility is shot. So credits are our calling card in the film world in order to say, we did this. This is my contribution into this film. Also, you could also have contributions into the film doing credits, so it could help you understand what maybe your pay scale would end up being. So, for example, you got producers, you got co-producers, you got executive producers, you got associate producers. So those positions hold a lot of different weight and responsibility and accountability when you're talking about the film world. So with the executive producer, they're pretty much are over the project in probably a financial way. They can also they have enough leverage that they can make final decisions and make those be final. And then you have producers. The producer usually is gonna be looked at as like has the most power, because for one, they're usually bringing the package to, just writing that note down, they're usually bringing the package to the executive producer in order for them to fund it or hand over their resources, give it the green light. The producer will bring a package. I guess you're asking what a package is, and that's going to be another show we're going to do as well. The package is a script, maybe a named actor, a named actor, a script, possibly a recognized director, and usually the recognized director is going to come along with a great actor. You know what I'm saying? Because they say if there's a good script, it's going to attract a great director. Great directors attract great actors. So you usually get that trifecta, and that's what they call a package deal. There's another thing that we need to look at too, is above the line and below the line. So above the line and below the line is definitely something that's giving you an understanding of who's important, what's important, and we can't make this project if we don't have this. So if you're above the line and we don't have one of those elements in it, this project can't be done. That package is not correct. If you're below the line and we don't have that person, or they can't show up or anything like that, the project can keep going. We the executives on the above the line, we're going to figure out, can we get that person replaced that's below the line? And usually the people that are below the line is going to be more of the construct of the production, the hands-on, the people, the art direction, the gaffers and camera operators, things of that sort. And sometimes, every now and then, you may have a rock star camera operator that ends up being above the line because of the credentials that they bring to the project, or a director, they'll be above the line because of the credentials that they bring to it, like a James Cameron. Like when you hear that name, you know that's going to be a top tier blockbuster hit. Insert sound right here. Blockbuster hit. So those are credits that are gonna be known, you're gonna see. Just for some fun stuff, since the Oscars and the Grammys and things of sort have came up or coming up pretty soon here, and so probably passed already. I believe the Grammys did. There's only a certain number of folks that could go up and win awards, I believe. Like the executive producer, they're not going to necessarily be able to accept an Oscar. I believe due to the fact that they're usually behind the financial part, and I think it's kind of like a conflict of interest, the way it looks for that to happen. So the producer, the director, maybe a co-producer will be able to go up onto the stage. Notice that I didn't say associate producer. Associate producer is like a credit you give to, you can use it for whatever, and it has weight to what it is, but it doesn't necessarily carry any executive powers within the landscape of making a movie. Like an associate producer can't come to the producer or executive producer and say, hey, I think we need to film 13 days instead of 20 days. They can't make that decision. That's not even in the wheelhouse. Like an associate producer is probably going to be someone who maybe they donated 80% of the locations. Maybe they brought someone who could do craft services and they're providing the service without any charge type of vibe. It's just an in-kind service type of thing. And so they get an associate producer credit on the film. And that may line up with some sort of percentages behind the scenes between that executive producer and all those. Then you also have a line producer. I totally forgot. Let me back up. Whoa. Yeah, a line producer. So a line producer is a very important person. And it could be a couple of people because it's a big job. This person is taking the entire script and they're breaking it down and letting us know what's this is going to cost, how long it's going to take, how many people is going to be, how many permits we're going to need, all of that. Very, very important person. So, and usually when they're on set, these people turn into the unit production manager, or they could be the project production coordinator, even upwards to the first AD. And I know, in the independent world, wear all of those hats. We wear a lot of different hats, okay, in the independent world. Those of you who don't understand what I mean, when we have film, we have independent indies that are making their own movies out of their own pocket and distributing them for themselves. Then you have, I don't know what you call, people call them B movies, D-listed movies, those kind of movies you'll find on various different platforms. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to put any kind of connotation or bad note on any platform because of it. And it's not bad to have a D or B listed movie type of thing. That just means you probably don't really have any big time face actors. Definitely it's a first time or a no name type of director that's attached to it. So that's all it is. Still probably going to be some good acting. Still probably going to be some great storytelling and those kind of things. But those are different levels. And you got people that are in major markets that are still considered like a D-list movie or a low-grade movie, low-budget movie as well. But the credits don't change. It doesn't change because the movie is high-end and blockbuster, or if the movie is low end and low budget. It doesn't change because it still takes work in order to create that film. And so once you created that film, you want to put a credit down and you want to get that credit and make it seem as if like, okay, this was my contribution. This is what I put in. Please have this down. Because when you come to the movie screening, you want to see your name in the lights. That's what they're talking about. I got my name in the lights. Especially, from the marquee outside of the theater. movie presents by blah, 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 directed by so-and-so. That's a beautiful thing. Yes. So, but besides that, on the business side, so we can keep it correct for Christian Keys and make his argument valid, I don't want no one to steal what I did. I don't want to not have what I done. I created this, I made it, and so it's time for me to get credit for it. And I want to be able to expound on it when I'm at gatherings or meetings or networking or interviewing for a job. I want to be able to have that credit. Just like on your resume, you want to be able to say, I worked for such and such company for such and such years, and I did these sort of things, and I won these accolades. And then you have a piece of paper or some sort of digital document to show where that backs up and go from there. So at this point, I believe in our day and age, because I want to close out with this, is that in our day and age, we need to really learn about credit in a sense of giving the credits to someone, making sure they have it, making sure things are updated as best as you can. I know that it's tedious. I know that it takes time and it's consideration, but that's the very thing about it. In the communication of things, that's you saying, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate what your contribution was to this film. Every person on the set is important. Every single person. From craft services. Craft services is the people who got the food, they got the snacks, they got the drinks, all of those kind of things. They're very important. Matter of fact, the main number one thing with films is that you should be known for the type of food that you're serving. What do I mean by that? I mean this. You should be hearing whispers or rumors between actors and background actors that, hey, I'm down to be here. You know what I'm saying? They got the good cookies over here. They got them real brownies over here. You can get as many drinks as you want over here. Yeah, we about to eat some Italian spaghetti rotini, something, a salad over here. You know, you want to be able to hear those things because a full belly is a happy crew. You know what I'm saying? A full belly is a happy crew, especially with crews that are working 12, 16-hour shifts and filming. You want to keep them happy, but you want to keep them healthy as well. So craft services is very important because they're providing the nutrition for our bodies as we're lifting cameras, as we're turning and running, lifting dollies, putting out big overhead lights. We need energy in order to do our job, and also actors to be able to think on their feet, to be comfortable, to understand what's going on, not having to worry about the hunger grumblings in their stomach because they're not being fed. And I understand independence. I understand you guys who are first starting out. It can get expensive to feed people. It can. But you have to be resourceful. If you have to go out and make some spaghetti, spend about $20 to make some spaghetti and salad and breadsticks, that's what you make. If you have people that are vegan and all those kind of things, take that in consideration as well. But also be resourceful. Be resourceful with what you can do. And sometimes you may have to tell that vegan person or non-meat eating person, are there any options that you think that you could bring from home or anything, because this is the options that we have available for the masses of average of folks that are here. Even though we want to provide something, we do have salad, but at the same time, you just want to be more, you want to curate that as best you can. Okay. But I'll get out to be the trail. Everyone is important. Everyone deserves their credit. Your credits is very important. They established an entire website database called imdb.com, which you can go and check out as well. So without further ado, I just want to let you know this is my first show for Film Tricks and Politics. We're going to be doing many more. I'm going to be coming with you every Tuesday, 8 p.m. with a new show, with new topics, and we're going to be growing we're going to be layering on more sections of the show as we grow. This is just the first one. And so before I get off, though, I definitely want to do something that touched my heart as I traveled this weekend. I traveled this weekend to Oklahoma and Texas throughout, and a little bit of Louisiana as well, because I had to go to a funeral. And when I got to this funeral, I got a chance, you get a chance to see family again and get to understand what's going on with family, and just touch yourself, and you getting really in tune with yourself, in a sense of like, go touch some grass, go hug a family member, and understand that this social media streets can get crazy and it's not real, but it's real. But you got to step away. But I had a cousin of mine named Deshaun Young, and forgive me if I'm butchering your name, Deshaun Young. I want to give a shout out to that young man. He told me that he was working, and where he's working at, he found a camera. And before he told me that, he also said that he was interested in film. He was interested in IT, and everything he said was just, man, you can't make no wrong moves. Whatever direction you decide to go, you're going to be that powerful. So it inspired me, man, because when I was listening to him, I felt like I was listening to myself from like a year ago, when I was saying all these goals and things that I wanted to do, and I had that mirror of accountability right there, and this innocent, authentic person. So to Deshaun, as I dedicate this first episode that I'm doing, because a lot of times when you're doing film, the very first question, and probably the remaining question you'll have in your mind the entire time, is, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's fine, because I believe it now. My professor told me that in film school, says you're not going to know what you're doing if you're doing the right thing. Because a lot of times when you get that spark, that passion to do something, you're just going to jump out there and go do it and figure out what's right and what's wrong for you. Not for everyone else, but what's right and wrong for you. So right now, as I'm doing this first ever podcast type of thing and putting it out into the world, I just want to say to you, man, don't worry about it if you don't know what you're doing. Go do it. Go take that camera that you found, make as many images as you can. Go on YouTube and learn about the communication and the language of lenses. I'm going to have an episode, I believe that's going to be episode 3, about lenses and its communication and how it talks to us. You should be able to make something without any sound, and people would still take your story in. Okay? You don't have to have a blockbuster hit or an action movie or the greatest camera or Hollywood or lights, all these lights or whatever. You do need to understand the sense of lighting, because as you grow, you'll get better and better. But I challenge you, Mr. Deshaun Young, I challenge you to use that camera you found, and also use the camera how you're watching what you're looking at me right now with. Use that camera phone and create you a short story, something that's a minute long, 3 minutes long, and use some clips and make you something and push that out. This is another way for us to express ourselves, and this is why I want to do this show right here, Film Tricks and Politics. This is the very reason why I want to do it, is people like you coming up to me and telling me their inspirational stories behind a camera, okay? And guys out there, I got plenty more stories of inspirational human beings, from older than me to younger than me to my age to whatever color and creed and gender you may be. I've got these stories that I'm going to share. So if you like what I'm talking about, if you like how I broke down what credits is and what it means to a filmmaker, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe so you could be notified immediately as soon as I post up a video, so that way you guys can get that much more educated behind film tricks and politics. Again, my name is Kane King II. This was my first debut show. I really feel like I want to keep going. I'm trying to make sure that I'm covering everything, but I think that as we grow with this and as I grow with it and watch, I'll be able to understand where I'm at with it. Because like I said, Mr. Deshaun Young, I don't know what I'm doing, but I definitely want to inspire this first episode of many episodes I'm about to do to you, Mr. Young Man, because I want you to do the best that you can ever be, the best that you can ever be. Okay, but guys, like I said, we're gonna be growing, and we got some more things coming. We got some great interviews with some great artists and different people in walks of life, of entertainment and film and politics. We definitely want to have them on the show, and we're gonna have a live panel as well, discussing topics that we have. But before I get off of here, I definitely want to read a quote from my brother, late brother Zen. This is not going to happen all the time, but whenever I do want to share some positive stuff with you, I like to share it from this brother. This is the most positive brother that I ever met and known. I mean, he was like a big bro to me. So inspired me to be probably sitting where I'm sitting right now. He looking at it, understanding like he already saw this. He already saw this when we were just riding bikes together and doing bike tours. I'm always going to give a shout out to his book, because everything that I'm going to be reading that's inspiring from him is going to come from his book. These are his words. These are his images and his book put together, which is called Status Quo, 52 Weeks of Affirmations. 52 weeks of affirmations, and one like Zen. This is where you can look it up and see where you can get the book from. I had a special delivery, so I had my page. Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna read this quote. Whatever your passion is, incorporate it into your everyday life. You will get daily results and feel better about the pursuit. Forward Motion, Light, by Zen. That's the image there, so you can see. Well, guys, I think that's going to close it for me. I hope that you get a chance to check out the videos and the links below. Like I said, I always want to thank the original content creators for what they have shared and what I have shared, and I'm going to share that, and I'll go there and like and subscribe to their channels as well. There's plenty of room for all of us on these internet streets. So Film Tricks and Politics, we got our first show in the bag, and I hope you guys smash that like button, smash that subscribe button so you can be notified as soon as we drop a video. And I am out. Remember, I am Kane King II, the film